You feel guilty when something good happens to you, and you don't even realize that you're the one ruining it. For a moment, everything feels okay. Something works out, and you feel that quiet relief, that lightness in your chest. It's calm, subtle, almost unfamiliar. And then suddenly, your mind steps in. What if this doesn't last? What if something goes wrong? Other people have it worse. Why do I get to feel this? And just like that, the moment shifts. Nothing outside has changed, but inside, everything feels different. The warmth fades, the calm disappears, and in its place there's tension, a quiet kind of guilt. And what's strange is, you didn't lose the moment, you left it. You've done this more times than you realize, moments where things were okay, but you couldn't stay there. Not because you didn't want to, but because something in you wouldn't let you. And here's what most people never understand about this. This has nothing to do with your life right now. It has everything to do with what your brain learned to expect. At some point in your life, feeling good wasn't safe. It didn't last. Maybe every time things felt calm, something went wrong. Maybe every time you relaxed, something pulled you back into stress. Maybe every time you felt happy, it was followed by disappointment. So your brain started paying attention. It started connecting patterns, not emotionally but logically. It learned that good moments don't last, that peace is temporary, and that happiness is usually followed by pain. And once your brain learns something like that, it doesn't forget. It adapts, it prepares, and it tries to protect you before anything even happens. So now, even when nothing is wrong, your mind doesn't fully trust it. It stays alert, it watches closely, and it waits. Because in its world, something is always about to go wrong. And this creates something very subtle, but very powerful. You stop experiencing happiness fully. Not because it isn't there, but because you don't let yourself stay in it long enough. Over time, this becomes automatic. A good moment comes in, and your mind quietly pulls you out of it without warning or permission. It just happens, like a habit you didn't choose but still follow. But it goes deeper than just fear. For a lot of people, it turns into guilt. Guilt for feeling okay. Guilt for not struggling. Guilt for having peace when someone else doesn't. And that guilt feels real. It feels justified, like you're doing something wrong just by allowing yourself to feel good. You start thinking things like, people are struggling, so how can I be happy? There are bigger problems in the world, so why should I feel good right now? I haven't done enough yet, so I don't deserve this. And slowly, without realizing it, you turn happiness into something conditional. Something that has to be earned. Something that has to be delayed until everything is finally perfect. But that moment never comes. Because your brain will always find a reason to postpone it. And that's the trap. Because feeling guilty about your happiness doesn't help anyone. It doesn't reduce someone else's pain, and it doesn't make you more compassionate. All it does is turn one person's suffering into two. And that's not empathy, that's self-abandonment. Because real empathy allows you to care about others without leaving yourself behind. But guilt slowly disconnects you from your own experience. And if you look closely, this pattern didn't start with you. At some point, your environment taught you this. Maybe when you were happy, someone made you feel naive or unrealistic. Maybe when you felt good, someone reminded you of everything that could go wrong. Maybe your peace made someone else uncomfortable, so they disrupted it again and again. Until eventually, you started doing it to yourself. You learned to shrink your own happiness before anyone else could. You learned to question it before someone else did. You learned to leave it before it could be taken away. And now it feels normal, automatic, like this is just who you are. But it's not who you are. It's what you learned. And anything learned can be unlearned. But not by forcing yourself to feel happy. That doesn't work. It starts with awareness. The next time something good happens, watch your mind. Notice how quickly it tries to move ahead, how fast it starts predicting what might go wrong or how long this will last. And in that moment, instead of following it, pause. Bring yourself back to what's actually happening right now. Right now, nothing is wrong. Right now, you're okay. Right now, this moment is real. You don't need to solve it. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to prepare for its loss. You just need to stay in it. Even if it feels unfamiliar, even if your mind keeps trying to leave, stay anyway. Because this is how your brain changes. Not through force, but through repetition. Every time you stay a little longer, you teach your brain something new. That happiness is not a threat. That peace doesn't always disappear. That good moments don't have to be questioned. And slowly, your mind begins to relax. Not instantly, not perfectly, but enough. Enough for you to feel something without losing it immediately. Enough for you to experience a moment without turning it into a problem. And that's where everything starts to shift. So the next time life gives you a good moment, don't analyze it, don't doubt it, and don't sabotage it. Just let it exist. And for once, trust that nothing is about to go wrong. Now tell me something honestly. When was the last time you allowed yourself to feel happy without immediately questioning it? Drop it in the comments. I read every reply. And if this made you understand yourself a little better, subscribe. Because here we don't just talk about emotions, we understand why they exist.